Yeah, like, you are a little bit scary, I will admit. Because they also took over the northern part here. Yeah, they had, like, this territory is a pain in the ass. But I guess if there was a straight crossing here, it'd be a pain in the ass no matter what. Germany. We're gonna have, like, he's gonna eventually join the International. There's no way around that. And that's a little bit frightening. Just a tad. It's a hair. It's a hair bit worrying. So what if? I can't believe my like, how does it break? How did I break it? Because I can't. I don't think there's another way I can get audio out of my computer. But again, I don't think this has a speaker plug. I might be wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I'd be surprised if it did. Why might my monitor have an audio output? Okay. Yeah, no. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of the, I know we're not using our support equipment right now, but we'll probably get it used at some point. Okay, server bulwarks finished. Let's follow that up by getting research speed. Let's at least finish our tree up, because we need to get the tree up before we can actually plan on doing anything with Yes, Norway and Sweden are at war. Yeah, I've never actually seen them go to war with one another. That's maybe if we join the Reichspakt first, because normally, you know, Sweden likes to invade us. But I'm guessing if we're in the Reichspakt already, like they won't do it. I guess that kind of makes sense. That's one. Please clear war candidates votes War Measures Act. That's okay. I mean, they're going to take Oslo. Like, I can't imagine, like, Norway is going to win that war or survive for that much longer unless they join the International, like, now. But I don't think that's going to happen. It's 1937. 1937 texts that are, we're already getting most of the ones we want. So, you know what? Let's go for superior. Actually, no. We can look down here. Like, what do we get from both of these? Organization goes up. Research speed goes up. No, you can't actually even do this one. You have to go for the old doctrines. Okay. So we should go for Grand Battle Plan, because we're going to get a research bonus for that. And other than that, it's basically just a waste. So let's go for Grand Battle Plan. 126 days is not so bad. Also, let me pull back up Twitch chat, because I kind of... Did I? No, open up Twitch chat, please. Pop out chat. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Lovely to see. Yes, let's go to partial mobilization. Make our military like as strong as we possibly can, while also making more rifles. Okay. Puerto Rico and the Pacific States are no longer at war. I mean, how many troops do you guys both have? 6 to 21, 2 to 12. If Norway is able to, like, defend their way around, like, Oslo, then maybe they would have a chance, but I don't see the AI doing that, to be quite honest. Because, like, we're going to need troops ourselves in order to defend here. This is, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... maybe 7 provinces. Why? Like, that's pretty big. Like, the rest of our territory is basically just barely defended. We're gonna need at least 7 divisions. All the way up towards the north. Because now we have no manpower. We got basically nothing. Germany. You won't give me anything because we're not at war. Capture the Russian operative. What if we just executed him now and, like, not wait? We could just do that. We don't gotta wait for anything. Just execute him now. I mean, they still have Oslo under their control. I mean, I would like to attack Norway now. But of course, that would be I mean, we have to wait, well, like 6 months, I think, before we could even try to attack Norway, which is just... it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Yes, we have to go for ground support. Can't do this. We can't get more military factories, which is unfortunate. We can buy foreign planes, but, you know, having our own factories would be much nicer. Okay, so Serbia's gone to become a republic. They'll probably go into war with Bulgaria soon, I would imagine. Kind of like, I'm not even wearing my headphones anymore because, like, what's the point? They apparently don't work. Can I just say it's very strange, like, not be wearing them. Okay, so you'll be done tomorrow. Get a little bit of research speed. Let's reward. I mean, two military or 2 building slots is basically garbage. But I mean, after this, we'll get 30% stability, and that's pretty good because right now we're taking actually a penalty to a lot of things. Whereas if we were to, what's the word? Have 30% more stability, it would actually give us like a nice little benefit, which I would not mind having. Let's put it that way. Yep, improve machine tools. You are garbage. You know what? Let's go for the 1938 research. It's May. Like, we're only like halfway through the year, but honestly, I don't really think there's that many techs we really want more than that. Greece joined the Belgrade Pact. United Netherlands. So are you going to... Syndicalist revolutionaries in Switzerland? The question, are you going to join the Dutch, or are you going to become a separate independent nation? The Belgrade Pact. It looks like you are probably going to go down. I think enemies on all sides because you lost Romandie as well. I think when they lose both provinces, it basically means they're going to go for the national populist tree. It's like, I would like some German assistance up here. Like, I feel like that would be beneficial for us, let's just say. Are we actually building forts? Okay, we've actually built a handful of them already. That's nice. Combine these ships. Still under control of an admiral. Totalist in the Mahardic commune. It doesn't really matter so much. Are any of you guys going... No, you've purged the leftists. Okay, so you're not going to go syndicalist. Again, losing the Baltic countries really does suck. Especially since... Actually, no, they can't join the Russians because Russia is socialist. So, I mean, if they were still the Russian Republic and Estonia, Latvia, I think, could join them. Which I guess that means Serbia, Greece, and Romania also can't join them. So that's actually nice for us. So Bulgaria is probably going to die soon. You are the Sultan of Nejd, which means that the Ottomans are going to be a little bit weaker than they otherwise might be. Which kind of sucks. Because they're going to be fighting, you know, Iran, Arabia, Egypt. They're going to be fighting a lot of people, basically. Let's just put it that way. Which is unfortunate for us. Austria's declared war in Hungary. Which also is bad for us because it's really just going to weaken you. Let's take on a lot of troops. 10 to 49. No, I don't think they have enough men to deal with this. At least the AI doesn't have enough men, right? The AI can't prioritize where the troops should be that well. Norway? I mean, Norway's actually doing better than I would have thought. I mean, they're not doing great, but they are doing better than I would have thought. Okay, Serbia's got war in Bulgaria. I guess we want Bulgaria to win because they might join up with the Reichspact. And all these guys will be puppets, which mean they would also join the Reichspact. But I mean, Bulgaria, I guess they can join the Reichspact even if they lose. But they also could go socialist, which would be bad for us. Okay, Spanish Civil War has begun. Again, we want the Kingdom of Spain to win. But I can't right now afford to send troops anywhere. Like, it's just not a possibility. The reason we can't send troops anywhere is because, like, we don't have enough manpower or equipment to really, like, risk anything. Yeah, no, they've lost Oslo, so yeah, the Norwegians are basically dead. Sweden will probably end up joining the Reichspact after this, which is, I think, a little bit unfortunate, because it means we won't be able to attack them. Oh no, we wouldn't even be able to attack them anyways. We're not totalists, we're national populists. So apparently we can't actually do that. Vienna has fallen. The Hungarians have taken the city, which is a little bit funny. Economic dependence. I mean, you get some nice bonuses afterwards, but let's get our stability first, and then worry about the political power. Don't get war propaganda. It's basically going to be garbage for us. I think you're still fine. Okay, so the federal government's taking over New York City, but I mean, that doesn't really mean too much, because I think the, once you lose Washington, and usually Denver as well, that's usually the end of the, MacArthur government, and, like, the AI is not good at dealing with that. They're basically just gonna die very soon. I mean, how are you guys... Germany sent volunteers to the Austrians, which is not a big surprise. Because they do have more interest seeing them win in the Hungarians. If Hungary wins, I think it's basically just nothing happens. But they don't have a focus tree. They don't really do anything if they win. Bruce declare war in Ecuador. You've formed a alliance. I mean, Japan... Are you... You're going for the Japanese route. Okay. You're part of the United Province. Okay, so you've actually joined this big faction. You actually got a lot of, just reclaimed the federal government. So overall, I think things are going okay. Production efficiency cap. Your 1949 techs are a little bit too expensive, I think, for us. We're not going to take any of them. So you might not be able to do anything actually until the second Build Creep begins. Russia has gone totalist. You're a war against a socialist. So I mean, like, what if we, like, theoretically, what if we were to rush down a path to attack the Russians ASAP? You know what I mean? Like, as soon as it hits 1938, we rush down to invade the Soviets before they join the Internationale. Right? Like, kill them when they only have, like, 60 divisions. Does that make sense? It's a little bit weird, but I think it could work. It could work, assuming they don't join the Internationale at some point in between. But, I mean, if we're the aggressors, I feel like we have a better chance of succeeding. Of course, we need Germany and all their puppet states to eventually join the war. Chief of Staff, Special Forces, Organization plus 10% is not bad. You know what? Let's get a get one of them in charge of the army right now. Yeah, so Sweden won their war. Will you form Sweden and Norway? You join the Reichspakt? I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, you actually have now a direct border with the Russians, which is nice for us. I mean, I think oh no, you've just released Norway as an independent country, led by Quisling. Clique is another war. You're way too expensive until we get our tech. Yeah, let's get the cheap artillery. Then you have very, very tiny my clique. Tibet's a lot of work. I don't know if Tibet probably can't win the war against my clique and the Szechuan clique. Now that especially since the federal government's now joined the war, they're basically just dead. And Sweden's going to help us against the Russians. Thank you very much. What is this after 1938? Does that mean 1939? Because actually 1939 definitely, it's less great. After 1938. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out in January then. Because if this unlocks in 1939, that is much less impressive for us. Because at that point, you're probably going to join the Internationale. I don't know how you can. Like, I don't think it's a focus. I think it's a decision you got to take. Bureaucracy. Revolutionary Vanguard. You should just stay out of the Internationale. That's my advice for you. But I mean, they have like 63 divisions at most. They're already weaker, I think, than Russia would otherwise be in this situation. Also, Sweden has a lot of troops here, which will actually help me out actually a ton. I like how you still got the totalist education programs. Shows what I know. Maximus foreign policy. Got divided air force. Because I like how it actually doesn't remove that remove those focuses. It's a little bit funny that way. Indo-Chinese Union, German Asia's end hostilities. Who won? I don't know. The Indo-Chinese Union won. Very unfortunate, because Germany's Asia is going to be significantly weaker. But also, it might delay a war with the Japanese ever so slightly. They have gone national populist, so we'll kind of see how aggressive Japan wants to be here. Yeah, the military junta definitely has no chance of survival. They're very much dead. At least you guys will just deploy down towards the south then. We don't need to be in the north. Like, if Russia doesn't have enough troops to really even put them all along my border, I'm guessing there's... I mean, even down here, they actually don't have a lot. I can actually justify a war goal against them now. Is it cheating to do that? Kind of, a little bit. But I also think it's in our best interest to, you know what? You got my... I'm guessing I'm claiming these states up here. Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm just going to justify a war against you. 95 days. How will this work? We'll see. We will see. I mean, if they join the International right now, does that help or hurt us? I mean, you're not doing anything. I mean, it's probably a general consensus as far as I can tell. Okay, have a great night or day. I'm not too sure what time it is where you are, but have a good whatever. Goodbye. But I'm wondering what it makes sense for us to... I mean, Russia's already put all their troops on the border. That's not a huge surprise. But if we invade you now... Also, you're not even gonna... I'm not going to get my war justified because it's going to be stuck because I have no political power. Right. We're getting 2 a day, so I mean, it's going to take a little while. A little bit longer than I would have originally liked to wait. Paraguay's could have war in Argentina. That's okay. We're getting 2.26. You know, let's get more grain. We're going to 1.26. It's going to take like 100 something days. Does that make sense for us? I mean, we'll justify the war anyways. Like, they don't have enough troops, I think, to defend the entire border with us. Which is excellent. Like, that's really, it's really good. After this, what do you want? Better rifles. 121 days is really not so bad. I think we'll take that. Got a lot of Russian troops up towards the north. A lot of troops down towards the south as well. But we have, again, fortifications along the entire border. I can't imagine Russia is going to be able to do too much damage against us. So how many planes do you have? Really, no, less than 200. I mean, 200 planes is really not anything I'm, like, honestly concerned about. Okay, 24 out of 49. Grain shipments for Ukraine. They spell Ukraine wrong. There's no E at the end of that, but that's okay. So. They don't even have troops here. Like, they got like 2. They've got at least 1 empty province. Also, like, delete like 3 of these guys. Like, what are you missing? Manpower. You actually have the equipment you need. You're just missing mostly manpower, which makes sense because their manpower is basically garbage. War support, aggressive expansion. 1.26. That's be less than 22 days. It'll be like 2 weeks roughly until we're at least back in the positives. We can start justifying our war again. Getting 2 military factories allows us to build more rifles very quickly. 3 civilian factories allows us to build more military factories again very quickly. So the Tibet's capitulated. The federal government actually took most of the land. Actually, almost like all the land. And the actually expanded a little bit as well. We got East Turkestan, Mongolia just kind of exist. And again, you're going towards the Japanese. At least as of right now, you're going pro-Japanese. How does that affect us too much? I mean, who do you want to win in China? Do we care about who wins in China? I know the Qing can join the Reichspakt, but that'd be like 1945, I think, at the earliest. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Procuring grain from the Kingdom of Ukraine. With the Kingdom of Ukraine having abruptly cut off grain imports from our nation, the Finnish people have now been suffering for some time, and despite the reinforcement of power to the king, it seems as though we cannot keep the population satisfied endlessly. We must approach our old partner and ask them for grain imports once more, as they possess an abundance of it. It is only natural that we should approach them to procure the grain we so desire. You should give me the grain, or else I'll be very upset. And I will send all your troops to die in Russia. I mean, will Germany... My biggest worry is Germany will abandon this front line to go fight the Russians. Okay, so Bulgaria has lost the war. Nobody should be surprised by that at all. Like, again, they don't have enough troops to actually defend the entire border. It'd be nice for the Don-Kuban Union to, when will it be done? Be done on the 3rd of February. Okay. That's actually not so bad. But, like, if Don-Kuban join our faction and they also invade the Soviets, I know they're not technically the Soviets, but I'm gonna call them Soviets anyways. Like, our front line would be very, very large, and there's no way the Russians could actually stop us. And that would be nice. Would be nice. You know, let's get the military factories built. United Kingdom, or not the United Kingdom, the Kingdom of Ukraine has agreed. Good news has arrived from our Ukrainian delegation. Apparently, they have agreed to supply us with necessary grain in exchange for an annual sum to offset the shipment fee, plus a bit extra. Thankfully, it seems that we can avoid the starvation of our citizens. 10% stability, we're now at 80%. 12% factory output's pretty good. Of course, our consumer goods right now are at 29%. I guess it could be worse. What do we want to research? What do we want to research in the... We could get some fuel silos and get more oil, but I don't know if we really need that much oil for us. We also don't have an Air Force